Now recording. And what is going on, everybody? We have Chris. And of course, we have
Paul.
Paul.
Is it getting better or no?
Is what getting better?
I guess
intro?
my microphone didn't work the first time.
Oh?
Yeah, it's fine. Our intro is fantastic. How's it going, Chris?
It's getting tighter. It's getting tighter.
Yeah, this was really
The first
good.
couple of times I'd be like, what's going on, gang? We got Chris and we got... And like nothing would happen for like 8 seconds. And be like, Paul? Like a question mark. Paul?
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Yes, there's only 2 of us, Paul. Oh.
Oh. All right, so we're still working on that, and that's okay. We're only on episode 14, so what?
Dude, I was so mad about the last episode. It didn't automatically upload to YouTube, and I spent some amount of time before this podcast trying to figure out why the fuck did it break. And I don't have an answer yet.
Welcome to my world, Paul. That's normally what happens to me. Something breaks randomly in ways that I'm not, like, that are not super common. Like, you could type it into Google and Reddit and shit, and they're like, what? Like, nobody's had that problem. You're like, oh, great. It's a me
Am I the problem? Yeah.
It's a me problem.
It very well, maybe.
Well, we have quite an adventure today. Or do we have an adventure? I don't know. You tell me. I've been just barely clawing to keep up. I have a little bit of stuff to, talk about on my end. But of course,
we need to do the FF7 check-in. Let's start with that. What's going on, Chris? Where have you been since last time we did this?
We are in search of hope. And as my good friend would say, hope, hope, I'm at a bit of an impasse, Paul, and I'm going to let you maybe convince me one way or another. So as we know, in the first FF7 remake, there's a lot of running around, a lot of little side quest gimmicky things. And I'm at a point now where I'm going to go and get Aerith, and I'm not going to be able to complete these things anymore. So I completed some of them, but I need to post a couple of them to you to see if it's okay, if maybe I can skip a thing or two.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
I don't know if you remember, but I did a quest. Well, I skipped a quest earlier for missing children. It turns out that those children were never found, and they are still missing. Like, after the Midgard collapsed and Sector 7 had a plate fall on it, they never found those kids, and they're still looking, and they want my help.
Are you going to help them?
I don't think I'm going to help them.
Okay.
I think I may not be the mercenary that will take on any task, as they said before. I may not be that guy.
I don't remember. Did the side quest kind of show you what the reward will be if you do it?
They do not.
Okay, so I feel like in Rebirth, you kind of have a bit more clarity whether something's worth doing or not, because it's more of a checklist kind of situation. So yeah, I don't have an advice for you here, buddy. I mean, none of the side quests really are like these fucking amazing stories or anything. It's just kind of stupid shit.
Yes, I assume that the children are not going to play a part in me climbing the tower to save Midgar. I assume that the children are not going to be boosting me up, They
might give you a weapon or something. That's about it.
Well, I mean, here's a question, because the last time we spoke, you were asking if I picked up a weapon. And let me tell you about some of the weapons that I have that may have fallen into this. The Wrecking Ball is one.
That's one of them. Okay, yeah.
There's a goofy claw thing. I forget what it's called. Rusty Claw.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Big Bertha, which is a large cannon type gun. I do have the Nail Bat and the Mithril Sword for Cloud.
That's it?
Those are the ones in this area.
Wow. How many? Isn't there 4 or 5? There should be way more than 2.
Really? How many swords do you think I'm supposed to pick up in this chapter?
Well, I don't remember specifically like that. I just kind of feel like 3 is a low number. That's all.
Oh, no, I have more swords than that with him, but without pulling up, I don't use any of them.
I know use them just enough to get the skill from it? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. I normally pull the skill. There's only a couple skills that I use. I still am using Triple Slash with Cloud.
Yeah, it's good.
That's like by and far the most effective move I have with him, which is crazy to me.
I feel like it's really good for like health damage, but yeah.
It's really good for staying mobile. Every single other one of his moves has a long startup.
It does.
Yeah.
His ultimate move in this game has a very long startup. But yeah.
Are you talking about Limit Break or
No, I don't think it's a limit break. He doesn't get a limit break in this one. It's too early in the story.
What do you mean? He has limit breaks. I have like their second limit breaks for everybody because I did the Coliseum.
No, no, no. This is like a special move from like a weapon you get
Oh,
or
okay, okay.
whatever. It's not part of like the ults, you know?
Sorry, what you said his ultimate move. I'm like, oh,
It's his final move he can get in this game. Yeah.
okay. And I'll probably find that in the tower, I would assume.
I guess yeah, that could be true. Or it could be
Steel
from like
Pincers is the name of that claw.
okay. I feel
Um,
like but okay, let's stick with Cloud for a second.
Yep.
Did you okay, so you don't want to do like bullshit fetch quests with children. I get it. But did you do like anything like I don't know, did you do the push up challenge or any
yes,
of
I did the
those?
pull up challenge.
Okay.
And got the champion belt.
Okay. So you are not like skipping everything. It's just some
No,
shit
I'm
you're like
skipping bullshit, and I'm trying to find the thresholds.
I
I'm
see.
doing all the major combat challenges. I killed Tonberry,
Okay.
which was that was a nice throwback. I was not expecting that. That was like something stupid. They were like, "Hey, did you know that there are goons that are like hanging around Aerith's place?" And we're like, "What? We got to go over there right now." And then it was like
Yeah.
those three guys, and they're like, "You again?" Well,
Right.
boy, we found something different. And then they sent out like an ultimate enemy to fight me.
Mhm.
Like, oh, cool. Okay. So that.
Did
Listen,
you do like Coliseum and stuff like that?
I did go
Or
back to the Coliseum. The Coliseum is as complete as I can do it now.
for now, yeah. What about Chadley challenges?
Chadley, I do not do the assessing. So I got the Shiva, and that's pretty much I bought all the stuff that he can sell me. I'm not even
But
looking through that. I don't know if I'm missing summons.
Doesn't he have like combat arena stuff as well? It's kind of like the Coliseum.
I wish there was only one on there, just Shiva, and I already got it.
Maybe it's because you're not scanning. I don't know.
Potentially. That one's probably a non-start for me. I have not been scanning.
Although
I
I
think
don't know
that's
if that's
bullshit.
true. I'm gonna look this up for you because
Yeah, please.
I'm not sure what unlocks that shit, but he definitely has like the hardest fights in the first game. If you're interested in doing hard fights,
It could also be post game, which I don't intend to play any post game with this. I'm going to just jump right to the next one and hope that there's a lot more side combat mission stuff, which I assume it will be.
There's quite a bit for sure.
This one feels very guided, which I kind of expected.
Yeah, it is quite on rails, the first one.
Yeah, I'm not like super duper mad about it. But it is I'm getting a little tired of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a little.
That's interesting. Big Bertha was the gun, by the way, that I wanted you to get with Barrett. Because I'm pretty sure that Maximum Fury move is one of his best.
Yes, and I use that constantly.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. I was really hoping you would get
the thing that actually upsets me the most is that I intended to play him as a ranged, I wanted to use the Big Bertha, and then I was using the Wrecking Ball just to get it like leveled up, and it changes all of his base attacks, and it makes his like deadly dodge attack really nice, where he spins in place and does like a nice little, it builds up a lot of bar real quick.
Right.
His triangle is now like an overrun thing where he just runs at them, does a lot of like, he'll drag enemies into position, and then him with a giant stagger hit.
Yep.
I just don't, if I'm going to play him melee, I would rather just play Cloud. By the way, is Twin Stinger the sword that you're thinking of?
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah. That could
it's way later. It's at the very, very end. I have every weapon for Cloud.
Okay, nice. All right, so yeah, I feel like you've seen most of the stuff. I mean, again, Chadley does a bunch of challenges, and a lot of them are solo character challenges as well. It's not just your party, so sometimes
that's a bummer. I was hoping that would be the Coliseum because I did all the solo stuff in the Coliseum. Tifa's in a pretty good spot. Tifa, I ended up her chi sphere thing. I've been using that a lot when I have to use her.
The one that like keeps people in place, kind of.
I don't know if it keeps them in place. It has not been doing that. But it's like a little AoE thing that just ticks them. I guess I think it hurts them like a little bit over time.
Yeah.
You can double drop it. If you catch them like doing like a big whiff, I just dash up and then just double drop it on top of them. Normally it'll stagger them. So everybody has their gimmicks. Everybody has their gimmicks. Cloud, he's still my healer for some reason, so he's got the Mithril sword, with a bunch of magic attack on it. I'm definitely building unconventionally, we'll say.
I hear that.
That's well, I don't have Aerith back. And
Right.
that's like one of the most frustrating things for me in games, and one of the main reasons why I put games like this down. Just give me my party. I'm getting FF13 vibes. I don't feel like it took this long to get the party together. It probably did, actually. It probably took just as long to do this in the original game.
Probably.
But the experience was a little bit longer, and maybe I was younger and had more patience.
Yeah, and as far as these Chadley challenges, it's not all scanning, but there's definitely some that are from scanning. A lot of it is just like stagger enemies, do some, get all the weapons, stuff like that.
Okay, I mean, I feel like I've been doing some combat stuff. One of the other ones I'm going to skip, unless you tell me otherwise, is the find my chocobo bullshit. I found one of them, and I had to navigate an entire dungeon in reverse that I'd already done. I'm no longer in new areas now, so I'm just rehashing all the same shit. Which at 1 a.m. last night, it was feeling a little. My eye was starting to twitch a little bit. When I was running by, I didn't even know the missing children were a thing. I was doing something else, like just trying to find the thing for the Madam M to unlock the Tonberry, whatever.
Yeah.
And I ran across this woman. She was like, "Oh, it's you. You know who? I can't find these children." And I was like, "Lady, they're dead. I don't know how. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but the sky fell on our entire town. They dropped the plate on them, and then they evacuated like 20 of them. That's not a lot of population. Those kids are dead. Is that where I think that's what I'm gonna say. Canonically, the kids are already dead. So I'm just gonna
let them go.
I'm gonna let them go. I did the pull-up challenge, which is good, and I did the squat challenge earlier with Cloud. So it's Cloud first, and then Tifa second.
Yep. I think there's also push-ups. No. Maybe I'm making that up. Maybe that's in the second one. I don't remember.
Spoilers, dude! I haven't even downloaded the game yet. Should I play the PS4
spoilers.
version or the PS5 version of the second one?
PS5.
Oh, just okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
By the way, night and day. Oh, and you want the greatest thing that I've discovered, exclusive to the PS5 version of this game. If you are in a cutscene and you hold down R2, it moves the cutscene on a hold, like a press at 1.5.
Okay. Nice.
Can you believe that I've been holding it nonstop, and most of the cutscenes feel like they could have played at that speed? Like it's not even like if we played this back at 1.5 speed, people wouldn't even be able to follow what we're saying. I was easily following, and it wasn't even that jarring, like the cadence and all that.
Right.
So they drag on some of the dialogue a little bit, I'm going to say. So that we'll call that a very, very appreciated feature.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. I don't hate that.
That's pretty nice. Here are some things that I think
as far as Chocobo quest, I don't know if you have to do that.
I found one of them, and I don't know if I feel like finding the other ones.
I think you get some fast travel points.
That's what the guy was saying, but I don't. Do I need fast travel points? Aren't I going up the final dungeon?
I don't know what chapter you're on, so it's kind of hard for me to say, but I guess
14 out of 17, I think.
I mean, there's a little bit stuff post the tower. Like you still have a bit of the game left, like
a little bit.
Like not like 2 hours, like more like 5 to 10, I would say.
I mean, are these fast travel points going to make me really happy later on?
That's the thing. I couldn't tell you. I don't remember. Like I did everything, but I only did everything because I was going for the plat. So was it helpful to have these? I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
It sounds useful. That you can teleport around, but that's up to you. I don't think they're that hard to find with a guide, I would say.
It was just annoying. Like the first one that I found again, I just ended up, and maybe no, I don't think I could travel to it because I think the travel points were like locked. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I think I had to walk through the dungeon and fight all of the combat. I've only fleed one battle just to see if I could. Mostly because I walked through an area, fought everything, got turned around by accident. I end up back at the save point at the bench, so I sat down.
Yeah.
Whoops. And then that, of course, respawned everything. And I was like, oh, I really hope I don't have to do this.
Yeah, I think you're okay. I think you're fine, Chris.
Okay.
I think you can just beat this game and go to the second one. In second one, there's
I think I'm ready for the second one.
There's definitely way more really, 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 really hard fights in the second one. They're mostly all in Chadley. That's the issue. But so Chadley,
so am I gonna have to get used to assessing? Is that?
I'm just saying, like in second game, like if you want to see the shit that took me hours upon hours of retrying, like you're gonna have to do all of the Chadley shit.
Why do I want to see that shit, bro? You played all the games I asked you to play. You were like, all right, I'm gonna play it for 1 hour on easy. Yep, I beat Dynasty Warriors, whatever roguelite.
I played the fucking Star Ocean on
you played Star Ocean. You got
I did my goddamn time. Like you can't take it away from me.
Star Ocean doesn't give you any options. That was back in the day.
There was only
I know. I'm talking about all these quality of life things. You're like a fast forward the cutscene feature. What?
Yeah, right.
You had to watch all of them.
They had skipping at least. That was nice.
But you can't skip in that game because you skip a cutscene and you're in a different town.
Idea.
Yeah, you're on a different planet.
Clue. Yeah, that's true. But it was nice when I would lose a boss fight and I have to retry it and I don't have to watch the cutscene. Like, that's
nice. Good point. An excellent point.
So that alone was enough for me. All right. So what? Do I even dare to ask? Are you gonna beat this game by the time we do this again next week?
I mean, I sure can try. I purposely have not been looking too far ahead.
Good. Yeah, don't spoil yourself. Because I think seeing the ending it will kind of... I wonder how you will like it or not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still getting used to all the ghosts kind of floating around.
Okay.
That's new and exciting. But you know what? I was thinking about it, like, not the previous session, whatever, or other than last night. I'm like, when you think about the original, I guess this is like a nice change because they added a bunch of like shit to the Final Fantasy universe afterwards.
Right.
Oh, is this the Spirits Within tie-in? Is that what we're getting?
It wasn't Spirits Within. It was Advent Children or something, right?
No, Spirits Within was the first Final Fantasy movie.
No, but there's a Final Fantasy VII movie, Advent Children, right?
Yeah. They didn't really touch on that was not part of Advent Children at all, as far as I know.
What do you mean?
Like the ghost things? That
no,
was not...
the ghost things are not Advent Children, but there's definitely Advent Children shit in these games.
Correct. I was more making a joke that maybe the ghosts were a throwback to the widely considered failed original Final Fantasy animated movie, which was The Spirits Within.
I never watched it, but I have heard of.
I watched it. It was not a Final Fantasy, property. I can tell you that.
Did you watch?
They slapped a name on a very nice digital movie.
Did you watch Advent Children?
Yes.
I thought that was a fun little, thing.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Mostly, I gotta be honest, I'm a mark for like the cool moments. Like I thought the Tifa fight scene was the best scene in the movie, easily.
Yeah.
With the piano version of the battle theme.
Right.
That was like perfect. And of course, Omni Slash.
Yep.
Yeah, and I thought that those were, like, other than that, it was all kind of, it just felt like everybody was coming in and just saying hi. Like, hey, it's me. You remember me from the games? Like, yeah, little kid, Marley or whatever your name is. Yeah. And Reno and Rude. I mean, that we know is from Advent Children. That, like,
the Turks stuff.
Yeah, the Turks are definitely pulled or remodeled, I'll say, from Advent Children. Yep. Not a one-to-one.
Not a one-to-one, but you kind of recognize it right away. It's pretty similar.
Yeah, I like the game.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm more upset with myself that I'm not more into it because I can't find too many flaws, like faults with it, other than kind of like the I'm too busy, I don't want to deal with all this story, let me walk faster stuff. And that's really not fair to like a property that is beloved and like they're doing it right, and me complaining that I can't consume it faster. It is a bit of a first world problem, we'll say.
Right.
I've had other than like getting the game to play on the PS5 version, which took me quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I've had no technical issues, no crashes, nothing. Like it runs smooth as silk. All the voicing is great. All the cutscenes look good. The combat feels good on every character I play. So hopefully I'll have it beaten in a week or so. I'm now excited to get to the second one. I feel like the second one's really gonna capture me a little bit. I'm hoping. I haven't looked up a single thing for it either.
That's good. Yeah, don't look up anything at all. And you don't I'm telling you, you don't need a guide for the second game at all. Like it's way more like a checklist game. You will know whether you want to do it or not. It's not gonna be like a mystery or like how to do it. Like it's just
Is it
gonna
more
be a
like
giant
15? Did you
checklist.
play 15?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that
It's
one
not like
I
15.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's not like 15.
Because I felt like they
Um,
gave you they kind of checklisted you in that game too, right?
I
For
feel like
most of the side
15.
content.
The problem in 15 was like the world kind of felt like it was a big world, but it was kind of empty.
Super empty, yes.
Like, that was the biggest issue for me. And the car was really fucking slow.
Oh, no, not 15, 16, I'm sorry.
16, kind of the same complaint. The open
Okay.
world was kind of empty. There
I
was,
like the way that we were talking about different games, and it's still I was like having the same thoughts. Like, yeah, there was a lot of spots where I was like, should there be stuff here? Or
yes, this applies to both of them.
yeah, a lot of like areas where you walk into and you see like a giant on the map, like a giant little fighting arena, and you're like, oh, I gotta walk there. You know, there's something there, and you've walked there too early, and nothing is there. And you're like, oh, well, it sure was nice to take all this in before I really wish that they didn't do that, because that's like a magic killer. That like it ruins the discovery of the fight. You know what I mean? There's something to be said about like walking into that arena and getting the full thing. Like as the camera pans back a little bit, as the enemy jumps on, there's something to be said about that. I'm going to try not to fault it too much, because I have a feeling that I'm going to enjoy my time with the game.
All right.
And I enjoyed 16 a lot. Like I played that to completion. So
I liked 16 more than 15 for sure.
Oh yeah. I put like 15 down quickly. I put 15 down before they had patched a lot of things. The car
I
and all
played it on
that.
release. Yeah, I played it on release. It wasn't great. They like fixed some stuff later with a bunch of like DLC shit, and even that didn't really help. The game felt like it was missing large parts of the content for no reason. So the story made no sense. And then they had like those character DLC episodes.
I was about to say, didn't you have to play the DLC to even understand why
exactly.
you were in
like,
the predicament that you were in?
Absolutely. Sometimes if you didn't play those episodes that came out way later, the game made like no sense. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the modern takes on Final Fantasy. You know, like 16, 15, like they all are kind of like post. They feel like 7 kind of just respun in a weird way. And I think that 7 worked on its own. And other than that, you shouldn't mess with that too much. It's tougher today, in today's day and age, to sell this cast than it was 30 years ago now. You know?
Sure, but I think the way they updated the game, like it has both new. I bet you there's a bunch of people who didn't play the OG that played the remakes.
Correct, but you're also you're being guided into that. You know, if you were given this game untitled with the characters, let's say palette swapped out a little bit, would it have the same charm?
But it would be a different game, but
I mean, is it? You know, I mean, you can palette swap Cloud and you got Zack already. I feel like some things that worked back in the day just would not hold up today.
I mean, of course, like the nostalgia drives the remakes for sure. But
yeah, I mean, we're talking about that. I mean, I would never play a game with Donald Duck and Goofy, especially if I could like play as them.
Right?
Is that a thing that could happen?
I guess we'll find out in the news section.
Thought I was transitioning. No, I'm sorry.
If you want to wrap up
no, we got to talk
talk,
about
we can do it.
No, we got to finish one section at a time. Talk to me about Halo. Talk to me about it.
I finished the bonus missions. They made 3 custom maps, 3 bonus side missions.
Okay,
I beat all of them. They were the hardest missions by far. They just spam elites.
Good.
Relentlessly. I would say the second mission is probably the best one, and the last mission is by far the worst mission in all of Halo.
Okay.
It's really bad.
Def- Define that, because
Okay.
that's a bold statement. Okay, so
It's the
the final
worst
DLC
mission.
mission. Go ahead.
It's not DLC. It's not DLC. It's included as part of the remake.
Okay,
But
bonus.
bonus, yes. Post campaign. When you get the achievement to beat the campaign, you still have these 3 missions to do after. That's all I'm gotta say. So, yeah, the last mission, the big problem is, first of all, there's a lot of sections where you're kind of stuck on like a platform slash elevator kind of thing.
Shooting at waves of enemy. It's wave defense from a
Yeah,
control
and you
position.
just your ship, like your stupid elevator's moving forward and you're getting shot from both sides. And on fucking Legendary, it was really rough. It was really rough. But forget all that. Like all these missions, like they're just they're pretty basic Halo missions. Like they're nothing crazy. They're actually quite smaller corridor. They're not as open spacey as the base game missions tend to be.
Okay.
But I don't know why they did it, and my buddy was raging 2 days ago when we were doing it. As we approach the end of the fucking game, you hope for like some final fun fight that they'll throw in there for you, right? Instead, they put you in like a Star Fox 64 clone where you are flying a little spaceship in space. And
With the credits rolling?
No. There's no credits. What they have is those little character portraits, exactly how they appear in Star Fox 64 when they talk and their face comes up. They do that. They do that in this fucking Halo game. And you're just flying this shitty mini game for like 10 minutes and then the game's over. It's awful.
Chief, do a barrel roll.
You can in fact do a barrel roll.
Do they tell you? Does he say, Chief, do a barrel roll?
I wish they did, but they don't.
Okay. I was about to say, we're going to have some news next week if they have that in there.
So,
Bungie it's totally done. Nintendo actually took them out. All right. Okay. So what's your... So that's it. You're done with the Halo content now, right? You've legendaried everything until DLC.
Well, there's still the Skulls run, right?
Yeah. Ooh.
So like if we want to be crazy and do that, we can do that, but I don't know if we're gonna do it. That sounds pretty rough. They disable sprint as one of the skulls, so it's gonna take way
I was
longer.
about to say, what are the pain skulls? Give me the skull pain points here.
You don't regenerate shields unless you melee. That's
I recall that being a weird thing. I remember somebody talking about that in one of their all skulls runs.
That's a rough one. And like I said, they disable the sprint. So no more sprinting. So we're back to like normal Halo. I didn't look at all of them, but we collected all of them. Like we can do the run if we want to. It's just I don't know. There's also the remix campaign, which is the randomizer mode. There's a couple of trophies for that. But one of some of them are.
Tell me about the remix campaign. Like, so what is it? The same base mission, and then they randomize the enemies in it? Basically, is the idea.
They turn on like there's 4 or 5 required skulls they are turned on by default, and then they also randomize, like you said, enemy spawns, stuff like that. Weapon drops are different on maps. It's a mini randomizer.
Okay. Well, have you guys played with that too much, or were you mostly focused on?
We were trying to just do the legendary run first, and now that we're done that, we'll weigh the options. What can we do if we want to do this shit?
Well, I guarantee you your score is not going to improve after you do the all skull run. So what's your score right now? Now that you've completed the base game on legendary,
I was actually gonna give it a 3. However, hot news: they released a patch. And they fixed the performance on PlayStation 5. Literally one of the bullet points on the patch notes was to fix performance on PlayStation 5. And it is better than it was. It's not unplayably bad.
Okay.
So now that I finished the campaign, they fixed the performance. Yeah, I think it's a fun co-op game. I would never say play this by yourself. I would find it extremely boring. But in co-op, yeah, it was a good time.
So 3.5?
No, I think it's a 4.
Okay. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I think it holds up. I mean, listen, it has to be a pretty decent game if it's still semi-fun, 20 years later, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you played it with someone who's pretty familiar with the original. You said it's like pretty on par with it. Some of the weapons are a little different. Some of some mechanics. Obviously, there's sprint functions and all that, but overall, it plays traditional enough.
Yeah, for sure. And there's
And the layouts are probably very, very similar.
there's like some other differences that if you're like an OG fanatic, maybe you find annoying. There's in the base game you had health packs to pick up. Here you have regenerative health. It's stuff like it's just like modernized. That's all. It's not nothing crazy. Apparently there's a lot of people are split on this game, and I guess you just can't make everyone happy. If you change too much, people bitch. If you don't change enough, people bitch. I don't know.
And the problem with a game like this is I think that the only people that were still like actively involved were like the speedrunner community, people who have like experienced all of the content and are now used to it being very exact to the way it is. I mean, these guys are memorizing frame data,
Right,
and they,
right.
where spawn points are in relation to like their screen position and stuff. So if you change any of that stuff, obviously it's going to throw off their stuff. But nobody wants to play like I wouldn't want to play like a speedrunner. That just doesn't seem that much fun to me. So the people like you and I need it modernized, but those people are not going to be as happy. And then also, do people like you and I silence their phones before they do podcasts?
That's a negative.
Correct. So when you take all that into account, you're going to have nobody. You can't make everybody happy. I would say that this is a success for them, though. It feels successful. I've seen a lot of this stuff not go as well.
Yeah. I hope they bring 2 and 3 to PlayStation. That's all I'm gonna say. I had a good enough time where, like, sure, I'll play better versions of this game. So we'll see.
Have they announced anything, or are they still kind of waiting it out? I mean, they probably have already started working on them.
They definitely announced that they're making them, but they have not announced whether, because the policy has changed, whether these 2 and 3 would come to PlayStation. Right, it could be an Xbox exclusive for all we know, or PC and Xbox, right?
Hey, you wanted this. You wanted those console wars. How much is an Xbox Series, whatever their big one is, running?
I think it's the same as PlayStation. It's like $650. Yeah, man, it's rough out there.
So for $1,300, you can play every game in the market.
You can, yes.
Yep, it's all yours. The world is your oyster.
You need Switch too, as well.
For what?
The Nintendo games.
I think that's its own animal. I don't know. I'm still a Nintendo hater. I think I just don't like their consoles that much.
I know.
I also think that they're not very nice to streamers or like people that try to cover their games. And they have their own like ecosystem, and you know what? They're successful, and they don't have to do any of this bullshit that Sony and Microsoft, Xbox are doing. They just exist as their own thing.
They're just doing their thing. They don't bother anyone.
They don't bother anyone. They're like, yeah, our games are always $60. That's it. Today, tomorrow, 10 years from now, $60.
No DLC.
No DLC. We don't need that shit. We completed the game.
The game is perfect as it is.
Perfect. Pokemon Silver, whatever their Pokemon. Insert broken, laggy, terrible Pokemon game here.
Did you? I don't know how much are you into Pokemon, Chris?
I'm not that much. My experience. I played it. I was an OG when it came out. I was part of like the original group that it was presented to, and they're like, "Hey, look at this cool Game Boy game." And I didn't even play it for Game Boy for a while. It took like forever. It was fine. I liked the concept. And then the further on they went, it was like they never got the memo. Like, hey, just we're supposed to be like improving this stuff as we do it. So you're just getting the same game just over and over again. It's like they just decided that the formula works and that's it. The formula is the only important thing.
Yeah, I mean, they never really changed it much. So they keep doing it.
All the storylines are roughly the same.
I mean, you're not there for the story. You're not there.
They add more Pokemon, but I think that they get, after you have 150 designs, how many more are you going to get before? And half of the 150 designs are stupid.
I feel like they probably just like rotate shit around, right? Like, I don't think every game has every Pokemon ever. I think they just kind of pick and choose.
Pick and choose?
Yeah. I highly doubt like a new Pokemon game has every single generation in it.
So, okay, yeah, and you know what? Unfortunately, I don't play enough to know. Yeah, so what's the cutoff? Is Charizard in
I
every
mean,
Pokemon?
yeah, yes.
Okay, is Growlithe and Arcanine in every Pokemon?
I
Are the
don't
legendary
think so.
birds Moltres and Articuno and
I don't think so.
Zapdos?
Nope, I don't think so. I don't think they're in every Pokemon game at all.
Okay, what about like the OG joke, like a Magikarp? Is that in every single iteration with?
Yeah, I think Magikarp is in it probably every time. Yeah.
Okay, so they found the popular ones and they just go based off of that. They also, I have a feeling that they change things based off the popularity because they have a popular card game, right, still, or
I know.
collector, you know.
That's why I brought it up. I wanted to ask about that because they have a 30th anniversary set coming. It's been 30 years of Pokemon cards, Chris.
Listen, I had my entire collection stolen when I was in 7th grade.
You could have been a billionaire.
Uh, the collection at the time was probably worth close to 300, and that's going way back. Unfortunately, you know, parents just don't understand, Paul. Like basically, a teacher confiscated them because I had like a binder of them that I was, you know, I was trading with people in the whatever, and it was disruptive. So she was like, "Hey, I'm taking that." And I was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "You can come get it from me later." Well, in between that and later, some kid who, by the way, I know the guy, and he came to me years later and was like, "Hey, dude, just so you know, I was that guy. I feel bad about that. I felt bad when I found out that they were yours, but
He
obviously I couldn't."
should. He should feel bad.
Well, you know what I mean. I appreciate it for what it was. You know what I mean? That when you put a name and a face to it, it actually it felt like one of those commercials, you know, where they're like, "Would you do this if you were doing it to this?" And they show like a puppy there, and you're like, "No, I wouldn't do that if there were a puppy involved or what." That's kind of what it was. He was like, "Yeah, man, I didn't know they were yours. I just took some random cards." He's like, and then when it came out, you know, obviously I'm not going to turn myself in. I'll get suspended. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point, dude. I wouldn't have
Makes
done that
sense.
either.
Anyway,
I
can I have
wouldn't
my
have stolen
cards
the
back
cards,
now?
but I understand why, and I appreciated his candor when he came forward and was just like, "Yeah, man, that was me. I'm sorry, dude." The good news is that there were Pokemon cards, and I don't know how valuable they are now. You know what's
Dude, if it was like first set shit, that guy robbed you of thousands of dollars.
I'm trying to think of what my best holographics were at the time because I had some OGs. I did not have a first gen Charizard, but I had a Blastoise.
Like they're not nothing, you know.
Okay, let's
That kid, you should find that grown ass man and beat his ass.
and beat his ass. First edition Blastoise. I'm not going to put a PSA on it because I don't. Who knows what?
Right, it could have been shit condition for all we know. You were a kid. He probably was, to be honest.
No, I had them in a nice binder, dude. I had a. They were all in sleeves. I just didn't have them in actual, you know, cases. Now you see these guys when they do the openings. You know, they pull them by corners. They slip them right into like a pressed plastic case if it's like that valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so
A PSA 10 first edition base set Blastoise is between 17,000 to 30,000, depending on the market conditions. Do we have to end this podcast and you gotta go find this kid, or?
yeah. What I'm looking at, what I don't understand, I'm looking at there's grades, and then there's all sorts of like, I'm looking at a full price guide, right? So ungraded, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Then they have like tag 10, ace 10, SGC 10.
Well, yeah, it's different companies doing the grading. Not every company people give a shit about.
Okay, well, I want to present it to the company BGS 10 Black because that's $500,000.
Yes. BGS is Beckett. Their PSA and Beckett are kind of the biggest ones. Beckett is actually owned by PSA. They got bought out a couple months ago, so it's kind of the same company, to be honest now. But yes, if you get a Black Label 10 Beckett, it's better than a PSA 10. Yes.
Yeah, significantly, about 4 times as strong.
Yeah,
one gets you like a, you know, comfortable for a couple years, you know, like a quick 70, 75K. The other one is like life-changing. Like, hey, $500,000 coming your way. Good job holding on to that Blastoise.
The problem is, like, to get a fucking Black Label, it's almost impossible. So
obviously it's worth $500,000.
It's like population, you know, of 1 to 5 in the world.
I'm seeing some sale dates, eBay, first edition Blastoise went for like $2,000, 1,800.
Again, like you wouldn't hate. Imagine you walk into your basement today and you just find this binder and you get, let's call it $20,000 from it. You would be happy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you'd be much happier than that shitty apology from this fucking kid. How much did that give you? Yeah, you got screwed.
The only thing it gave me was the closure of knowing that I'm a good enough person that once he realized who it was, he was like, I need to tell that person one day. Not today.
No, today I'll be in trouble.
The 13-year-old version of that kid did not have the social skills to put all that together and come up with a way of getting them back to me.
I mean, I feel like there were ways if he really wanted to, put them in like an envelope and just drop it by your locker or something. I don't know. Well, since we're on the cards topic, did you see that? Okay, let's take a quick step back. Okay. Do you know that League of Legends has a card game, like a TCG card game? Let's start with that. Okay. So last year they released a TCG. It's called Riftbound. And occasionally they have like a special product they can only order on their website. Okay. And the latest special edition thing that came out, and you could sign up with your Riot account for the email, and if you get selected, you get a chance to buy it. This thing was T1, the 5-time world champions in League of Legends. They had 5 cards in this set, and it was the 5 champions that won the Worlds last year. 10,000 copies of this thing for the whole world, and each card, one of the 5 would have a signature of the player from the team. Okay, so like super ultra high collectible item because Faker, the best League of Legends player of all time,
arguably one of the best gamers in the world.
You can potentially get one of the 2,500 boxes that will have one of his signatures, right? Because each player basically got 2.5k signatures, and they're split between 10,000 boxes. So that thing came out, and the lottery system went out today. I did not, unfortunately, get selected, so I do not have a box. It was $360 to buy it if you get elected, right?
Okay.
They're selling that shit on eBay, like pre-order. So people are getting their pre-order,
people are scalping it. They're basically they're winning that. And
it's instant $5,000 to $8,000 on eBay. Instant.
Are they selling?
You don't even have the. I have seen multiple sales already on eBay today.
What are we doing? What? Why aren't we a Riot Games podcast? Why are we fucking around talking about console wars and shit when Riot Games has been like, they're the money bags. They've been the money bags since when did League come out? 2009?
Yeah.
That game, I mean, it might be a 15-second queue for a game of any gameplay, any game mode. And now they have so many. They brought ARAM back permanently. Nice. They included like a mayhem mode where now you get random like re-rolls on top of it that act as like, soft mastery, but they can be like cool things. Like, they'll change the way that your character plays. It's just a really good way of revitalizing it. The classic mode is back. They brought back Twisted Tree Line. They brought back original Season 1 classic mode. So that's been a thing that people have been going crazy about.
I saw that. League Classic, yeah. Man, it's a cool idea. They took it from World of Warcraft. It's a good idea.
Yeah, and I mean, they're just crushing it. My big thing with them, like when ARAM first came out and it was so addictive and they would like turn it off and people were like, what? Just leave it on forever. I'm like, dude, the day that they do that, people are going to burn out. You can't, it's just too much. It's turning the hose on full. Like it's giving you too much of the good thing. You can't. And now it's fine. In 2026, we're okay with that. I can keep doing that. I'd still jump on,
Yeah.
Even yesterday before I got to play Final Fantasy because the game was on, all I could do was play with my laptop, little League of Legends, quick 20 minutes of your life. That they've got a system, and now they have a trading card thing that's actually worth money right now. It's worth $8,000 before they've done anything.
Right, it's not even like out.
Nobody plays it. It's not even popular. Nobody.
Oh no, the game is actually very popular. The card game itself is very very popular. It's growing at a surprising pace.
Not that we're this type of podcast. What's the what are the most popular card games? I mean, obviously Magic,
it's
Pokemon,
Pokemon, Magic, One Piece are top 3. Some people would say Yu-Gi-Oh!
One
Still.
Piece.
Yes, One Piece is like 3 or 4, depending who you ask.
You bet. Yu-Gi-Oh would be the 3rd or 4th, and One Piece would be the other.
I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh kind of fell off, and One Piece is higher than Yu-Gi-Oh at this point. Yeah.
I always thought Yu-Gi-Oh was whack. I always thought that it was like not cool.
Yeah, I never played it. I never collected it. It never looked interesting. I watched the show for a little bit. I thought the show was okay, but that's about it.
I think it was the show that turned me off of it. I couldn't do the characters were too, and it's so weird because they're like exactly what you would hope if you're like a 13-year-old boy and you're like, if I were a card player, I'd want to look like that guy. I don't know. It just didn't resonate with me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I watched Pokemon, Ash Ketchum, Pikachu.
Yeah. I mean, everyone watched Pokemon.
Everybody watched Pokemon.
And everyone was, everyone at some point held a Pokemon card in their hands. Like, people didn't have to collect, but you would see them around in school and shit. Like, I didn't see anyone with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's all I'm saying.
No. And they had a couple. What was the one they had where you had the figurines and you put them on the card and it would like somehow...
Oh yeah, there was that PlayStation game at some point. Yes.
They should bring that back.
Yeah, they should.
I would play that today.
But yeah.
Just could you imagine our wives come home and we're just sitting at the dining room table, just putting down like cards with little figurines on top of it? And didn't it have how did it like capture it? Wasn't there some sort of like a PlayStation camera thing that it needed?
Yeah, the PlayStation Eye. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
Where can I get one of these? How do I make this happen?
It might be tough. I don't know if that technology still works, but
the toughest thing will be having to rebrand our podcast to be a what was the name of that game again?
Riftbound.
To be a Riftbound. No, we're not. Riftbound is that's the good one. No, we might actually be successful and make money if we did that. No, I'm saying we need to join up whatever that game was that was on the PlayStation Move or... Oh,
yeah, I don't know the name of that one. I don't remember. Yeah, I couldn't tell you, but I 100% know what you're talking about. I remember watching the dumbass trailers for it. It's like, that doesn't seem like that would ever work, but the name escapes me.
Yeah, it escapes everyone, I'm sure, other than that, like 8 people on planet Earth. That's another... You know what the worst part is that we could like bring that back and start a podcast on it. And we would suddenly have like 30 followers and they would be like the angriest, meanest people on earth. They'd be like, you guys don't know shit about this game.
And they would be right.
Because they would be the 30 people who do know shit about this game.
Exactly. Speaking of games I know something about, I finished that fucking horror game, Directive 8020. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm ready. Are you ready to have a conversation about this video game that I played? Yes.
Okay. Now give me... Okay, so because
let's do one thing. I will talk spoilers. Like this, if you don't want to hear about this, you might have to skip about 10-20 minutes. Maybe we won't. I haven't taken a single note. There's no notes. There's nothing.
There's no way I can do that. I could just silence it.
Let's assume it's gonna be about 20 to 30 minutes, so just skip around that much if you are afraid of spoilers for this few months old game. Man, I thought the ending was not... maybe these games are more about the journey than the end.
Oh no. Okay, how many members survived? How many members do you start with and how many survived in your playthrough?
I believe you have 5 playable characters. And there's like 2 that are around and your choices definitely impact them, but I don't think you ever actually control them.
Okay. But they can die. All of these characters can die.
All of them can die, even the ones you don't control. But you can save them with your choices. I would say out of the playable ones, we lost 2 and 1 literally like on the last QuickTime event of the game, which was pretty
The Until
fucking
Dawn
funny.
quick time.
Yes,
Don't move. You didn't keep the controller still enough.
No, it was just mashing quickly buttons, which was hard for my wife and her friend to do. And they already used their rerolls, so that was it. They used the one reroll per playthrough, and yeah, one of them lost a character there. But let's go back to the beginning about this wonderful game. So the whole setup is you're on this giant colony ship, Cassiopeia, and you're sent on the mission to an alien planet that hopefully has some life on it.
Got it.
Okay, and it takes years to get there. And by the time you get there, shit goes bad, and spoilers, there's alien on the planet. There's like a goo monster, kind of. Okay. And
the monster or like a hive mind monster?
It's kind of like a hive mind because it can kind of copy people and pretend to be other crew members. So it's not like singular enemy. But it's the goo on the ship, basically. Like the ship becomes disgusting over time.
Okay. So you land on the planet and you're orbiting the planet.
You're not supposed to ever land on the planet. The plan was because there's a second ship behind you that's not so far off, like maybe a couple weeks, couple months behind you at most. And you're the ship that's gonna orbit the planet, and
you're the vanguard. You're there to kind of scout it.
You're supposed to like fake land to make sure the real ship will successfully land.
Correct.
Right?
You have the 5 guys that are supposed to kind of make sure everything's good, and then the cryogenic Earth's population is behind you 2 weeks,
right?
Type of thing.
Yeah, and it's the thing is it's not as it doesn't go according to plan because you get hit by, let's say, a meteor or something, and you have to kind of crash land the ship eventually, because I'm pretty sure the goop came from that hit that caused you to land, right? Like I think they don't really show it or explain it, like how the goop started on the ship. But I'm pretty sure it's because the meteor had the goop on it, and it started to spread once it hit the ship. Okay,
and the meteor, we don't know if it came from the planet or if it was just like floating by space debris.
Exactly, and this whole setup is basically to say, hey, okay, so this goop will clone your party members, and there'll be situations where you're not sure who is who, right? Because at some point they do the thing where, hey, you see two guys looking identical and they're both saying I'm the real one, and you have to shoot one of them.
What happens if you don't shoot either one? Is that
I think if you don't shoot either one, then the goop guy eventually just kills the other guy. So it's like you kind of have to make a choice, right?
I do have, and big time spoilers because this is a little bit of reveal stuff, I guess, for me. The goop monster. Have you seen? Oh my god, The Thing. Kurt Russell, old school, on the snowy. Yeah, is it very similar to that? Does the creature kind of copy a little bit like that?
100%.
Okay.
But sometimes the clones get better with time. So like some clones are like super fucked up, and they're just monsters basically. But the goop gets over time better and better at the cloning process. So in my ending, when we were escaping on a shuttle basically at some point you have to make a choice whether you send out a beacon back to Earth to warn them about the goop, or you try to escape back to the other ship and potentially bring the goop back to Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we made the choice, like, okay, we'll just send out a distress signal saying, hey, it's not good, don't come here.
Yeah, hey guys, didn't go great. We already lost 3 guys, or two and some odd.
At that point, we still had full party, but basically you have to make a choice where you want to sacrifice your party members, the whole party basically, or you want to save the Earth, right? So we went like, okay, I guess for good of humanity, we'll probably have to die here. But the twist is that all of you are clones. So that's the big reveal at some point in the game. So everyone on this ship is just a clone of the OG guys who are safe on Earth. The CEO of this company is also on the ship with you. He's not a playable character, but you can save him with your choices. And the CEO guy is the only person who knew he's a clone. Everyone else did not know they're clones, basically, right? So the big reveal is like, hey, actually, we've done this mission like thousands of times. There's a bunch of dead clones on the planet because they had the same situation where they land and they get fucked. So you just start finding the shipwrecks, and it becomes pretty obvious, like, oh man, this is just like an endless loop where they keep sending clones of us to study this goop monster. It's never about, expanding humanity to a different planet. It's, hey, we found this goop monster, we need to study it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I thought that twist worked pretty well. That was kind of cool. And I will say, by the time we were finishing the game and we're escaping on the shuttle to send the distress signal, and let's ignore the fact that we missed some QuickTime events and 2 people died. Everyone else made it onto the ship, and I was like, okay, well, like, other than dying a little bit, we did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, a 3 out of 5. Shit, that's a better score than you give most games.
One of us was the goop monster still. And we left it. We have no idea at all when the swap happened. But during the ending, they showed the real character she's like stranded on the planet. I'm like, wait a second, she's with us. And then they showed the goop with us on this spaceship, and she's just smiling like in the most fucking evil way. I'm like, oh no, the goop made it with us. I'm telling you,
welcome slime into your heart.
Not only do I not know like when the swap happened, I didn't know the swap happened at all. Like until they literally showed it, I was pretty confident we did pretty good. But unfortunately, the goop snuck his way in there. And yeah, you I think there's probably like 20 some variations of the endings, but really the main endings it's probably like 4 or 5, I would guess.
Well, you have to have, it's going to be 4, right? You're going to have either you go back to the ship with the goop, go back to the ship without the goop, or you stay there and die with the goop, or you stay there and die without the goop, right?
Well, what you can also, there's also endings that you actually make it to the other ship, the second ship that's supposed to, have all the people on it. And when empty. They all died in the pods because they got like infected or something. So those clones, but they were also clones. That's the thing. Like the real people are not coming. They're just keep sending the clones. And there's a character, I think Laura was her name, and on the real Earth, she has a cutscene at the end that your characters over time with your choices get different traits, like personality traits. And if you make her more friendly or empathetic to people, she will shut down the clone program and stop sending clones over and over again to study this evil fucking goop monster. But Mai was a scientist, so she was like, well,
fuck that.
Fuck it, we gotta double down. Keep that train rolling, baby.
Start sending 2 of them at a time and telling them they're not clones, they're all identical twins.
Yeah, so I thought the setup and the story was pretty good, but man, like the fact that they did the same thing as in Until Dawn, where I feel like we were so good until that end, it was like literally the same as Until Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, they have to do it that way. It's supposed to be building escalation. All the most problematic ones are right at the end.
Yeah, but they have like a little bit more of a game in this one, where like the sneaking around is not as terrible as before, and they also give you a little shock stick that it's like a jail out of it's like a freebie once. It has a recharge time, so if you get caught twice while sneaking around, you're dead.
Oh, okay.
So like again, it's a quick time. You don't like swing it or anything, but
no, you basically, as you get caught, it's your flashbang. Hey, get off me.
Right. You get one chance. So I don't know if the formula is getting a bit stale for me, because, like I said, the ending to me was the reveals with the clones and all that stuff before the ending were pretty cool, but the ending was kind of like, I didn't feel satisfied. But again, maybe I got the bad. Not maybe. I got one of the bad endings. It's not the best. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. I know there's an ending where all of your crew dies. There's something like that. So overall, I liked it. I didn't love it.
Okay. Damn. Well, that's good. You know what? I'm glad that you glad that you gave me a couple spoilers, because I was thinking about actually maybe even presenting that, because there's not many games I can play with like my girl. So
yeah.
But she does not like hard twists like that. Like she would hate the clone thing. I'm telling you, chicks are like, you know what I mean? She can't just take it as a game. She's like, why would they do that to those clones? I'm like, sweetheart, it's a construct. It's an idea. They're not really up there dying because of choices that you're making here on our couch. No, she's like that with movies. She like yells at the movies when they do bad things. It's very endearing.
Look, I think it's cool when people are into stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that.
Right, but now I'm like not so sure. Like, do I even want to go down this path? She's going to kill her characters. Of that, I'm certain.
Yeah,
and we're gonna
that can happen.
And we're gonna find out they're all clones. And I'm sure that the scientist lady in our playthrough is going to be like, "Well, time to make more clones."
Yeah, I didn't even try to do that. It just happened. I thought I was making the right choices, man. But I'll give it.
I'm sure I'd be in the same exact boat.
I'll give it 3 stars from me. I think it's decent. It's not the best one of these. I still think the Quarry is probably my favorite out of all of these.
I like the Quarry.
Yeah, like that one really worked for me. But this one is decent. It's not terrible. It's just kind of more of the same.
Okay, well, I mean and you know what more could you ask for? I mean, that's kind of that was my thought going. I was like, haven't they already done this? And you're like, yeah, but these are fun and popular, and this seems like a good one. So it's pretty much as expected for the most part.
Yeah,
with a nice little twist in there, which would be a
decent
good
twist.
Yeah. Okay, so now we'll move on to the news section. I don't know if there was any way to segue out of that. How long did we spend talking about that? Do you even know?
Probably 15 to 20 minutes. I would say.
And there
15.
you go. If you're hearing the sound of my voice and you're scrolling around, you're scrubbing around the podcast, you're in the right spot. You made it. This is it. We just finished talking about all the people that died in Directive. Anyway. What is the Directive? 2032?
80-20?
Yeah.
The Directive, basically the Directive, if you want me to spoil that, I can spoil it.
I was staring at it, and I did not commit that number to memory as soon as we deleted it from the document. I was Directive.
I keep calling this game Directive 2080, and it's not that at all. It's 80-20, I believe. So.
Is that supposed to be the year?
No,
or is that the directive?
That's the directive that you can, yeah.
But 80-20. They've had
we're done spoiling
8,019 other directives, and
we're done spoiling the game.
We're done spoiling the game. Let's talk a little bit of news, Paul. Let's get them to that.
Did you watch the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer?
I did not. Should I have? What did I miss? I didn't even know that there was a Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer.
Yeah, it came out like maybe 2-3 days ago. Yeah, I don't know. I like Kingdom Hearts a lot. I have every game platted, so except that fucking music game. I'm still working on that.
Yeah, how's that going? Didn't you say you're like kind of near the end and you're just doing like the hardest ones?
It's still that's still in progress.
And you have to get like 100%, you said, right?
No, I just have to do 50 out of like 170 or something.
But you have to get 100% on them.
I have to get 100% on 50 on them on perfect on the hardest.
On the hardest, yeah. Oh, okay.
Anyway,
well, yeah, we could circle back to that some other day.
4,
that sounds arduous.
Cage 4. I thought it looked pretty nice. They showed a new Disney World, Coco. I thought it looks good. It's probably my favorite Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer yet because they actually showed some new stuff. Instead of just Sora in this empty-looking city that they kept showing for like 2-3 years now. Playable Donald and Goofy. I feel like that's a big deal. You never could play as either of them ever before, so that's something new.
Yeah, you can play as the spellcaster or the shield bash guy.
Yeah. And they had
Okay.
Mickey as well, but Mickey, I feel like Mickey, it's not the first time, but Mickey seems, from what the trailer, the way they made it look like is he kind of has his like separate sections of the game where you play as Mickey.
Right. I
The
assume that he would be either a swap out type of thing where you build up a bar, kind of like a summon gauge, and then
No,
you
no, no, no,
swap
no,
Sora
not
with
like that.
Mickey.
Nope, no, he's not
Okay.
with Sora at all. So it's gonna be more like, hey, in this part of the story, play Mickey, and this part of the story, play Sora. I don't know where Donald and Goofy fit in. I'm sure they will rejoin Sora in a bit, but I would be surprised if you can play as them like the whole game. On the trailer, when they were showing them like playable, it was just the two of them and there was a wave counter, it kind of looked like an arena kind of thing. So maybe they're not fully playable the whole game. Maybe they're just playable in some parts. I'm not sure. What else? Yeah, it's the biggest news is coming out next year, which I didn't think they're gonna do that because I really thought next year's the conclusion of Final Fantasy remake saga, let's call it. So I'm kind of surprised they have enough resources and time to put out two huge JRPGs next year.
What's the Coco World from?
Coco.
Okay, I don't think I'm familiar with the IP.
Yeah, I think that came out maybe 10 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I'm certainly not.
Yeah, it's more new Disney stuff for sure. But it's a good one, and it's the movie I watched with Vanna at some point was pretty good. It works for Kingdom
I'm looking
Hearts.
at the I'm watching the trailer a little bit in the background. Yeah, they're like little skeleton.
It's a skeleton Mexican luchador world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, there might be luchadors, but they're all like basically flamenco guitarists, is what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
they're all just playing.
There's a lot of singing. It's a Disney movie.
It's a Disney game. Yeah.
Come on.
I am seeing some Mickey stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, the Mickey stuff at least looks like a separate sections. I don't think it's like a summon situation.
Mickey doesn't get enough love in games. They never make him playable.
He was playable in 2.
Only for a brief moment when you
when he got fucked up, he would sometimes
when you got fucked up by the spear guy.
It wasn't
literally
just the
one
guy.
of the 2 moments that I remember in 2 on the bridge. Whoever it is that you're fighting there, that literally summons 8,000 spears.
But that's not the only moment Mickey can help you. He can help you in other fights as well.
Well, I didn't get beaten in other fights. That was the only fight. Literally in that game, that was the only fight where I was just getting killed over and over again.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got that scene. I thought it was going to game over me eventually. I mean, I must have gotten that screen like 8 times in that fight, where it's like him like falling. It's like game over, and then the other not yet ...
Yep.
And old Mickey comes flipping over in his black cloak.
Yep, gives you a quick revive and pieces out, and then you die again.
And then you die again, or not yet.
But yeah, that's
Kingdom Hearts on the trailer, and Donald and Goofy are ghosts. Is that a Coco thing? Is everybody an undead?
No, the ghost thing. I feel like that might be like a Star Wars thing. I think there's gotta be a Star Wars world in this game.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna have the Force. We're bringing the Force into. I mean,
come on. Disney bought Star Wars. We haven't had a Kingdom Hearts game since that really happened. So I don't see why not. That's my prediction, that there's going to be a Star Wars world.
That's an extremely safe prediction that I was not even thinking about. Yes, of course, they are not going to waste that money that they spent. How much did they buy that the Star Wars IP for?
It was like billions.
It was billions, yes.
Yeah,
it was a lot of money.
It was, yes.
So you can bet that we're going to see Han Solo and Mickey Mouse flying a TIE fighter.
Are you excited for KH4 at all?
I would probably play it because you and I are like discussing it and engaging with it, but I haven't played. I didn't even get through 3. I was like,
Yeah, 3 is not. I don't love 3, but
I played a little bit of it. I don't know. It just did not. It didn't land with me. It felt like an even more floaty version of like 2, just kind of mashy.
Very mashy.
1 felt very, very intentional. Like you had to have a little bit of timing to it and all that. But then again, I wouldn't want that combat. I don't know if I would be able to take the time to learn it to that degree again. So I guess they have to nerf down the combat for me. So I don't know. I'm one of the, I'm like impossible to please, or I'm like, it needs to be challenging. But not too challenging. I don't want to learn too much shit. I want to feel challenged. I just don't want to. I'm like a standard consumer. You know what I mean?
I see.
Entertain me. I'm not quite sure how. I don't know what I want, but I'll know it when I see it. You know?
Do you want some GTA 6 leaks? Are you interested in that?
I'll take a leak or two.
Okay.
Are these
Yeah,
good leaks, bad leaks?
It seems someone got access to like an early build. They have now released a couple videos of them playing like an in development build of GTA 6. But you know, I didn't. I don't care enough to be watching some leak videos, so I didn't watch any of them. I just saw people talk about it a lot. I don't know. It doesn't even matter. Like everyone's gonna buy fucking GTA 6 no matter what happens. So like, I don't think anything matters with this game. Like, I don't think it's gonna hurt it in any way, shape, or form.
Right. I mean, at this point, even if it were horrible, let's say it were like a broken, buggy mess, it would get so much press and they would have so much attention that it would all still be worth it. Like people aren't going to cancel their shit for GTA 6 no matter what you show them.
No way. Yeah, it's
and
the
if
biggest
it looks
game
great,
of
then
the
everybody's gonna, you know, if it looks great, then they're like, oh, good, exactly what we thought. Yeah, it's $1 billion game. It better look good.
Right. All right. That's GTA 6 leaks update.
So I mean,
next,
in this, it was just basically the dude in a plane. You're saying, or that?
Yeah,
my understanding.
They have released a couple videos now. So it's them running around the city, them doing the plane thing. The stuff is out there. Like if someone wants to see some GTA 6, you can find it on the internet. It's not hard. So.
But I assume like the assets aren't loaded, so there's no like NPCs or anything. It's just like the world and then the character, and they're just kind of running around. Or are they saying that they think it's
the stuff seems playable that they have. Yeah, it's not like a glitch to, you know, half a world or something. Like at least they don't show anything that looks like super broken. It doesn't look fantastic, but it's like I think it's like a year or 2-year-old build at this point. So you know, shit has changed since then. But it doesn't matter. It will be the biggest game of the year. It's not even close. So, all right.
Are they still keeping their what's their launch date on that? Do they have a hard launch date?
They do. I'm pretty sure it's October. It's either end of September or like beginning of October.
Yeah, so I mean that shit has to be at this point for a game like that. They're just doing like patchwork and bug fixes and stuff. So yeah, I mean it should be what you're looking at is probably pretty close to the final product. What are they going to change in 2 months? They're going to rebuild it.
It's coming out in November, but I think the point still stands
in 3 months.
Yeah,
you know, if you're playing assets in the world, then you're in the world. That's it. That shit takes a while to do. It's really how the performance is outside of that.
The last thing I have for us today is let's talk about PS6 and the impact of $1,000 plus price tag that everyone is now expecting. Some company did an estimate that the rate of adoption for these new consoles will probably fall by nearly 40% over the first 5 years compared to more conventionally priced generations. 40% sounds like a lot.
And to clarify, by rate of adoption, we're talking about people that are going to purchase a PS6.
Correct.
Whether or not they have a PS5, but a lot of them would have a PS5 or PS4.
In the first 5 years.
That will,
like 5 years, not like, hey, launch window or something. Like, hey, in the next 5 years, if it comes out in 2028, it will be 40% less people will probably buy one in the 5 years because it's too expensive. Now, the counter argument is, you know, it's becoming like a rich people's sport. And, you know, if you can't afford it, see ya. They don't care.
I like the way that they're putting it as 1,000. What did I put my cutoff at? I said that they're going to make it $999.
You did $999.
I mean,
I'm still at $1,200.
That's their best bet if they want to.
I know.
If they want to cut that fall number in half, because people are bad at math. $999 feels significantly better than $1,100. I don't know why, because it's $100, but it feels a lot different. When you're paying in thousands, you feel like you're paying for an appliance, something that's going to be serving you a long time. You know, And I guess consoles do that. I don't know. It's so weird. Consoles never had that same weight in a household. You know, when you think about things that cost thousands of dollars, now it's like your home computer, obviously vehicles, large, appliances, fridge, like things that are going to be like around for a while. It's a tough pill to swallow to say 12. Do you have an extra $1,000 for a console for fun? You know what I mean? Not a lot. It's a really tough sell,
It is. I agree.
You're on this house, so I wouldn't even bring that conversation up. If I didn't have that money like set aside and ready to go, I'm not going to be like, hey, babe, do you think we can spare? Can we move around in our budget? She'd be like, no, of course not. $1,000 for what?
Yeah. And that I feel like that's gotta be the conversation that a lot of people have, and maybe 40%. I don't know. I don't know if those numbers are real, but I'm 100% sure if it's $1,000, like that's still not as bad as what I'm predicting. So
we predicted, and I have it somewhere over here. You predicted 1,200 flat.
Yeah, 1,200, and let's hope.
And you were like, yeah, I mean, you're already defeated when you were coming in. You were like, it must have a controller. It must do 40K. Like, you weren't even like saying all these things like peripherals that it needs to have for the 1,200. I mean, this is like bread and butter. This is shit we expect to have right now. Bluetooth audio connectivity. That's the only upgrade they have to do. Apparently, that's going to cost about $400. Diskless. We put that on there before they even before they made before they decreed it. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
they had the idea before we did.
Yeah, that was a good call.
So I mean, what's Amber suggesting? Like, do they have any options for them?
There's no options. I mean, they can try to subsidize the cost for these consoles, but dude, like, how much can they subsidize? They're raising prices on fucking 6-year-old consoles. They don't give a shit. Like, they don't care. They don't care.
All right. Well, I mean, in the same document, look down at my ideas, because I have one that's called Save Our Games, and it's ways that we can save these companies, these poor developers and publishers that are burdened. We just got to get more money to them. How can we do that? How can we just get that money to keep our prices down? Most of it's going to be ads, right? It's got to be ads.
Just raise the price of games again. Let's go $100 a game.
Too soon. They just raised them for the first time in what, a decade?
Do it again.
in 2 years? That's a
launch,
hyper adjustment.
All PS6 games. You're not getting a disc, and we're raising the price. Here you go. Enjoy.
Tiered buying models, right? Not only will you not own anything, but the rental that you have on it, the quote unquote rental, also can come with some caveats. What if every time you logged into the game, like on a, how Prime kind of changed it where like certain movies, you still watch ads? What if every time you booted up, one of these games that
you get an
only
ad?
Costs, it's GTA 6. It only costs you $140 or whatever. And then rather than paying $240, and you just watch a quick 2 minutes of ads before you start your game.
I feel like that we can get there. Yeah, why not?
And then what if every hour of gameplay, kind of like you remember how we used to have it with the with online play, and how we would do share play, but it was limited to only 1 hour? What if we had that timer, and that was just the ad timer? Every hour of gameplay,
I'm gonna get an ad.
You just get a little couple minutes,
Ooh, a couple minutes? No, that's too much.
Oh, well, if it's I don't know.
You get 30 seconds. You get 30-second ad.
Okay, 30 seconds. 30 seconds every hour on your PS6.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Hopefully it pauses the game and doesn't fuck you on some hardcore run, but
Well, depending on the game, because the games are going to have to like code some shit. They're going to have to code it correctly. So I'm sure that'll come up eventually. But now here's a question. When they do this to the PS6 market, what's going to happen to poor PS5? Because even if they do all that and they release the console for $1,000, I cannot purchase it on release. So what's going to happen to PS5 users? Are we subjected to the same things? Or is that only for those tiers of games? It has to only be for the games, right? You boot up GTA 6. Yeah, it'll be like AAA games.
Yeah, it's for the games.
You know what?
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you
I'll
what,
tell
I meant like, so for anybody who's, in my thing, I was like, this should be satire. It should be all like corporate shell shit. The more I'm saying it, the more I'm like, actually, what if for like these AAA games that, just have like a huge like social presence and gathering and all that, and like tons of money being thrown into it? What if those are the ones that actually have that? And that makes it more reasonably priced for people to get in there. And you have to watch ads or whatever. They'll be like curated to you. You already give all your data up anyway. And then for the rest of us, I think it'll be a good chance for like indie games will kind of grow a little bit. Like, hey man, if you're done with ads, this cool little indie game is very similar to GTA 6. I mean, that will never be said out loud, I'm sure, but you get what I'm saying. Like, is there a market or a room to kind of like bolster up some of the smaller dogs in the space, or is it just opening up the door to monetize everything against us?
The indie guys might actually like Digital Future because they weren't really publishing anything on disc anyway, so they don't care. That would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, some of this cost saving stuff will, help some of these smaller developers, not having to worry about. But I think most of them were just dumping shit on Steam if they weren't ready to do like a disc copy of the game or whatever. I mean I feel like a lot of that stuff goes to Steam. Go ahead.
There's plenty of PlayStation Network games that are not on disc. But most of the indie shit is only on PlayStation Store.
Are those games also Steam. On Steam?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Most of the time they're on both, yes.
So, but if if you start adding in like ad tiers and stuff like that, I mean, it sucks. You're creating like a little caste system within the video gaming sphere, which is a bummer. But I feel like it's already being done to gross effect, on like television. And I think games are right there. They're right around the corner, just as popular at this point.
If you have $1,000 consoles, it's no longer like, accessible to a lot of people, right? Like $500 for a console seemed like a lot when PS5 came out, and $1,000 is gonna be rough for a lot of people. So I don't think we care about the consumer here. It's not about us.
But I mean, so if they charge $1,000 and they can't sell that console,
I think it will sell just enough where they'll be fine. They don't need to sell as many at that price to be happy. They can sell less, but they're charging fucking double. So I don't know.
I know, and then that hurts their ecosystem because that's less people buying
games,
PS6 games. Yeah. Most of the time these guys are supposed to be launching their consoles at a loss. And the idea is that they make it in the games afterwards.
It used to be the model. Yes.
Is Sony just abandoning that because Steam is so popular and they're afraid that basically people are just going to jump to other platforms to play it?
I don't think like if Sony was like, it's not a Sony problem that all electronics are exploding in prices. Like, it's kind of outside of their control what's happening. Now they can take a loss and sell it at a loss, I guess, but how much of a loss can they actually absorb? If they're charging $1,000, how much does it cost them to make it? Because we don't know. We have no idea how much a PS6 will cost Sony manufacturing to actually make. If PS5 was being sold at a loss at $500 when it came out, and that was before we didn't have if memory issues.
Figure it out.
There's nothing to figure out because we don't have enough information about PS6 yet. There's no specs. There's no, these are all just estimates. But until they show the hardware, people can't guess what the price could be, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was looking at PS5 just to see what their rough cost to manufacture was. Obviously the model has been like, this idea has been around since they started making consoles, so I assume they're not going to stray too far from it. If nothing else is straying too far from it. This isn't like a groundbreaking VR console that's going to be in every home. It's a slightly upgraded version of the console that you're playing right now. We have not had any major breakthroughs in technology outside of AI, maybe some ray tracing stuff if you want to consider that a major, but I don't. We have not hit the next step, if you know what I mean. Whether that's in processing speed and power, or in graphical fidelity, or in like way of engagement. Like you're going to be playing this game on a console with a controller that you're holding in your hand. It's going to be a DualShock 6 or whatever. It's all going to be the same shit. So I seriously doubt that they're going to be changing the way that they.
I mean, you say that, but like, would you say PS4 is the same shit as PS5? You just play Final Fantasy VII on PS4 version, and you jumped on 5, and you wouldn't say it's the same. It's not the same.
No,
it's not the same. It's not the same.
It's some slight quality of life stuff, but not.
It's not slight. It's 30. It's double the frame rate. Like, it's not slight. So okay, well, if I said PS6 games 120, right, double the 60, would that
124K?
Yeah, 124K.
I don't know if it can handle that.
For $1,000, I fucking hope so. Yeah, man. We need something.
I have my doubts. I have my doubts.
Okay.
And again, I mean, you're also we're just talking about making things a little faster and a little sharper.
I mean, but I don't know.
It's a tough one. It's a tough sell. This is not. Well, think about it, because like the difference between like a PS2 and a PS3 was huge. They changed the entire like HD. That was a thing.
TVs have changed. Yes, like I get it. The jump from 2 to 3 was way bigger than from 4 to 5. 100% agree with that. The jumps are smaller and smaller.
Correct. So we're kind of reaching that little needle point, and there's not a lot of room to go up without taking a giant step to the next thing. And they haven't really nobody's presented anything like that.
Okay, but I enjoy playing on my PS5 significantly more than PS4, solely because the load times are not shit. Like,
correct. That's that quality of life adjustment for.
But to me, it's not even quality of life, dude. Like, that just saves me fucking time. Like,
correct. That's literally quality of life. Like, you're still getting roughly the same content, minorly less graphical fidelity with, and actually, I mean, listen, I literally just played the PS4 version and the PS5 version of a game, and have been talking about how good the quality of life, adjustments are. But that's really kind of what it is. Graphically, it's a little easier to see what's on the screen because the frame rate's better. I will give you that. I was having a tough time with the motion blur at 30 frames.
But I feel like it plays smoother. Like, it just feels better to play.
And how much smoother do you think it would be from a PS5 to a PS6?
If you go from 60 to 120, a lot smoother. Now, is it $1,000 smoother? I don't know about that. But like, listen, I get it. I'm just saying, like, the jumps are getting smaller, so it's gonna be hard to justify this price, I'm sure. And a lot of people will not be happy. And I get it. I didn't buy a PS5 Pro, so I don't care that much.
Right, same. I bought the PS5, and again, it was a quality of life thing. I was playing a game. I was playing Borderlands 4 with my friend, and he was loading into encounters about 20 seconds faster than me.
Yeah.
And that was the reason, but that's, again, we are adults with big boy jobs that take up a lot of our time, spouses that take up a lot of our time, dependents, for some of us. I've heard a little dependent in the background over there. Taking up a lot of time. So yes, quality of life for us is a big thing. But for like the average kid, do they
I don't know about average kids. I think they're kind of moving away from consoles anyway. So I don't know.
Are kids getting into like PC gaming? Is that where it's all at?
I think like it's a lot of like phone shit.
Yeah, you think phone gaming?
Yeah, man.
Okay,
it's bad out there.
There it is. You just solved it. PS phone.
Well, I have it. I'm telling you, there's gonna be a companion, like a PSP/Switch companion to PS5, PS6. Like, I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen.
More than that, buddy. It's got to be a phone too.
Nah.
They're gonna team up with Samsung, the new Galaxy, PS Galaxy, whatever, 27
Ultra
fan edition. See, now that's the type of stuff. That's like the outside. That's the type of shit that would make me potentially imagine, like, on your phone, like, you could not play any game that you would enjoy playing on your phone. Can we agree on that? Like, you have to play a game that's like optimized for mobile. And what if PlayStation made a phone that was like optimized enough for their games, kind of like a PSP, like like a companion, but also operated as your normal phone, so you
But why
weren't
would you?
carrying a
Why would?
companion with you. Why
Yeah,
would
but it
you
would have
want
to
to
be
carry a PSP
huge.
with you?
Dude, because the phone will have to be like a clunky thing. Like it's the Switch is not like a tiny little phone, It's like a tablet.
The
You
Switch
need
is
at
pretty big,
least
but it also has
tablet
goofy
size.
little Joy-Cons on the side. If you take all those away, it's about as big as a Fire 8, I would say.
Yeah,
Like a Kindle Fire.
it's not a huge like iPad style tablet, but it's not a phone in your pocket. Like,
But it
unless you
could
have big
be. Just
pockets.
because it doesn't exist like that right now doesn't mean that in 2 months they can't hammer that. No, I'm sorry. When is when's PS6 coming out?
There's no date.
Yep, perfect. In 2 months. Yeah, they're gonna have it in GTA 6. That wouldn't surprise me if they had a mobile version of GTA 6 that would just play, I'm sure, however it plays on your phone.
Is there any game that they could say, okay, PS6 launches with following game, and you're like, oh my fucking god, I need to get PS6 on launch?
Star Ocean 3 remake.
I was about to say Star Ocean 3 remake, 3-parter Final Fantasy VII style, where they fucking make each section its own fucking
I'll tell you,
game.
I'll put a bounty on it. I pay $1,000 for that game. For any, I pay $1,000 for that game by itself, redone on PS5 hardware.
All right.
Redone. I don't want, you know what I mean? I wanted to play like Final Fantasy VII Remake, please.
I get it.
I would pay $1,000 for that game.
There you have it.
So you want my money? That's it. Just make that game.
Could it be a new Star Ocean game, or does it have to be a remake?
I would take the same amount of creative liberty. I'm sorry, that Final Fantasy VII Remake has taken.
Okay, all right.
So you can add some new things. Maybe I'm sure that some of it may or may not hold up. In hindsight, like the story kind of holds up in its own world. I think there's not too much that doesn't age that well. Most of it is mechanical stuff, I think, in the game.
Yes.
Some graphical stuff could go up a little.
A lot, yes. Not a little, a lot.
PS5, yeah. I want it to look like FF7.
No, you want
a
PS6. You want 120 fucking frames.
No, I'll take it at 60. I'll pay $1,000 for that game at 60 frames. Not the 12 or whatever you were getting out of the PS2 fucking emulation.
Right. All right. Well.
And you know what? It'll be $2,000 because I'll buy it twice because I'm sending you a copy of it. People are going to go hungry in this household if they make this game.
All right.
And I still won't buy a PS6 with whatever specs they're currently touting.
We don't have specs. That's the beauty of it.
Sure, let's go with the specs that we just said. What, 120, 4K?
Yeah.
But and it would have to have all the other...
How would you feel about this companion thing? So, like, let's say your fiance is, watching a baseball game and you're sitting on the couch with her, you're kind of bored. Hey, now you don't have to take up the TV. You can just play on your little companion thing while watching baseball. Is that a good use case scenario for you personally?
Depends on how good the companion was.
It's pretty good. It's like a nice OLED screen. It feels like a PlayStation controller, but it's a Switch lookalike. And you can use your normal PS5, PS6 controller with it. You can just use it as like a screen, basically.
Oh, that's a nice touch. That would apply to me specifically.
I think there's more people than just you that this would be okay with. Like, I wouldn't hate to have that. That would be okay.
I wouldn't hate. Although, I wonder. It's one of those things where, like, my fiance all the time is like, she considered. I think we spoke about this off the stream. She's considered purchasing for like a gift giving holiday for me an additional PS5 just so that when she's ready to go to bed, I can go upstairs and be in bed with her while she sleeps.
Well, a companion app would be nice for that too.
It would be nice, but I don't think that she understands necessarily. Because if this is a nice, bright OLED, and I'm going to have... Well, are they going to figure out the Bluetooth for that thing? Can I have my Bluetooth headphones in so I'm not keeping her awake for hours at night?
The Bluetooth headset works, but only with the companion, not with the base.
How much more do I have to pay to get the Bluetooth to unlock on my PS5? How much?
Well, you can just buy PlayStation branded headset and you'll be fine.
No.
That's all. It's
For the low price of $299.99.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You know, and the reason why it's so funny is that I can absolutely picture this being a thing. Like, that's such an oversight that they would have, where they'd be so focused on this companion. They'd be like, this is the greatest companion ever, comparable to the Switch 2, but better. All this shit. And then they'd launch the PS6 and no Bluetooth compatibility with headphones. So I'm still plugging in an entire fucking headset into my controller, which also it drains the shit out of the controller. So I have to be charging the controller at the same time. So literally, if I'm playing, I'm about as tethered could be. I got cables sticking out of my controller on both ends. Dude, it's like a gizmo. Like, it's upsetting. I would really, really hope that they can fix that in the next generation. And that it's still quality of life, though. Here's the worst part is that the things I'm asking for are still quality of life. When in reality, we should be looking at the next step. Like, when are they going to, we should have a conversation about it. Like, when does AI start to become a mainstream part of your games?
Well, I mean, the big thing with the PS5 Pro is they have that PSSR thing. Basically, it's like an AI upscaler. That's why it just basically fills in where the pixels are missing. It just kind of guesses what should be there, and that's why
it's the same as like interlacing for a television, where it like reads between the lines kind of, and then it redoes those frames. Okay,
right. So like,
it looks significantly better than it sounds, than we're making it sound.
Yes, and that's like the big feature for PS5 Pro, which PS5 doesn't have. So I would expect that shit to carry over to PS6. So it will probably be even more integrated than on PS5 because they just didn't have it when it came out.
But it needs to be bigger than that. Like, what? Okay, for these publishers, because we all know that everybody hates when publishers are using AI for anything. Like, they just shit all over it. Even if they use it for like background assets, or like, no, this is, whatever. What if they got the pass and they got to save all that time on development and all that, but you have to cut the price, I don't know, in half more? How much does it, how much would you, let's say that they're going to be $70 games. How much would you pay for GTA 6, but knowing that the core of the game is being developed, but, obviously the main character, all the story, all that shit's being developed normally. But like side quests shit and like background assets, or maybe, interactables in the environment, all that is just being kind of AI generated. At what point what would that cost for you? Knowing that you have a risk of like walking into a room and the AI just did some goofy ass shit, and there's like a car, hanging where a picture should be. And you know what I mean? You're going to get some really weird stuff happening. How much you're gonna
have 7 hands now? I don't know why.
Yeah, there's gonna be some weird stuff, obviously. So at what point?
No, not unacceptable. There's no price I will do it at.
Okay, yeah. I would probably, depending on the game, I wouldn't do it with a GTA 6 or something where I think that the immersion is a big part of it. But like smaller games,
dude, people are dumb enough to pay $100 for GTA 6 Ultimate Edition, and all it gives you is like, more cars and clothes.
Not even in-game currency. You just get in-game cosmetics.
It's just cosmetics, and like, okay, like if someone wants it, sure, but it's they had a report that more people ordered the more expensive version than the cheaper version. But I guess if you're pre-ordering, you're already kind of in the minority. I feel like most people. Why the fuck is anyone pre-ordering a digital game?
Anything at all?
Like, why you're doing it?
It's diskless, you know what I mean? Like,
right, like they're not gonna run out.
They're not gonna run out
of gigs. Like,
guys, we ran out of codes. We only made 12 character codes, and we sold more than, how many is that? Actually, I think that would be like 1 million. But anyway, right. No, that would be like, a billion. At 10 characters, you'd be at 1 billion.
everyone can get GTA. You guys don't have to pre-order it. It will be fine.
Yeah, I mean, the only time that ever kind of worked was when you got early exclusive access.
Or like I get like if you get like some collector's edition physical version of a game and it only is available for pre-order and then you have to pay like scalper prices. So I get that. Like, okay. But like why the fuck are you pre-ordering digital games? I don't know who does it, why they do it. I don't understand.
The only ones that make sense for like the, again, not mainstream games, I would say like JRPGs, or where you order like the gold pack or whatever, and you get like a bonus sword or a bonus armor or something, or a bunch of in-game currency that makes like the first 10 hours of grind easier or something. That always made a little bit more sense. I never did any of that, but at least that made sense to me.
Yeah, I've never done that. I have literally never.
I mean, listen, if you're into those games and you're into that weird grind, like a lot of those NIS games still do the same thing that they did 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like the same game, same grind, same everything. So sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of quality of life. Again, it's all quality of life.
Was PS4 a quality of life over PS3?
No, only because the online was getting better, and I don't know if the PS3 architecture could have supported online in the correct way.
Okay.
But like fidelity, again, it's just, I consider all of that quality of life. Load screens from a PlayStation 2 to a PlayStation 4 obviously very significantly different.
But I dealt with them. Graphics also, like, hey, there's a big jump from PS3 to PS4, like for sure.
For sure, again, these are like the guys that have 75-inch OLED TVs in their house with crazy refresh rates and all that. And that's another thing. You have to have a TV that matches this stuff. Like my TV right now could not scale to any of that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So, how much are we investing to have these wonderful features? TV 75-inch OLED. I'll just type OLED because that'll probably get me. I mean, I'm looking at the smallest, or the cheapest one I'm looking at right off the bat is $600. But the other ones are $1,400, $1,000, and you're looking to pay PlayStation 6 prices for these TVs.
Right. Yeah, it's,
So you can't even, these aren't things that you get to experience like natively. If you want to build an if you want to build your place to support their ecosystem, sure. I think that's one of the problems I have with it as well, is that these aren't things that will just work natively. You have to. But you can,
there's games that, eventually a couple years passes and there's games that only come out on the new console. Like, it's normal. If you want to play them, you have to buy the new console.
Right. Well, and there's that. That's a different pain point that, makes the consoles, if there's products available on it, that makes sense. But that's like me saying, you should buy a Sega Genesis because you can't get half the games from the Sega Classics collection. And you can play it on any TV you've ever seen. Actually, I don't even know if they all have a coax, I think, still. Even the,
I don't know.
The OLED.
I don't know.
If channel 3 is already occupied for broadcasting, please set your receiver to channel 4, that type of thing.
Right.
I'm just trying to get a picture of the back of this TV just so I can see if it has a coax. But Best Buy it's got some pop-ups on the site. What's up with AdBlock, like not doing a good job anymore?
I think they got bought by some company and they don't really block that much stuff anymore.
Ads slow. They just kind of ease the ads in.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't agree with you that like there's no difference between console to console. Yes, they're getting smaller, but I don't think every PS5 game would be playable on every PS4. Like the hardware just gets outdated and you can't run the new games. Like that's just what happens.
Yeah, maybe a couple of these larger games, and games are getting larger too.
And yes, like the transition period used to be shorter than it is now because the jumps are not as big, so people can stick to an older console longer. That's for sure true. But it's also true that if we're raising prices on 6-year-old consoles, that that piece of the puzzle used to be like, okay, well, I can wait and get the cheaper console, or I can get the new console for more. And now it's like, well, is the $650 $600 or $700 console that's 7 or 8 years old a good fucking deal when you can get a new one for 1,000? Probably not. Like probably not. You're probably not gonna buy a PS5 if you have PS6 available, and their difference is like $300.
Yeah, but a PS5 already, even at 1,000, it's $400.
What do you mean?
Like you can buy a PS5 right now for 600 bills.
The discless one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but again, you're already buying an outdated hardware that will eventually, have
What are you talking about? It's the most up-to-date hardware ever. It's diskless. That's the current hardware, my friend. Any of the other stuff is outdated.
In 2 years, when PS6 comes out, you're gonna have a 8-year-old console. Are you spending $600 on 8-year-old console?
That console won't be $600 in 2 years. That console will be $400.
You think the prices will go down?
Yeah.
Why would you think that? They just increased them this year. We went from $450 to $600 and $650.
Yeah, but it's all going to go back down. Listen,
it's not going back.
End.
It's
it
not
has
going
to.
No, Chris, no, it's not. Not by 2028 at all. It's going to be worse in 2028.
You think that the price is going to go up for a PS5?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
We need to not play video games.
Like I'm telling you, if there's no changes at like the global scale of RAM and all that shit, yes, Valve has already said that their Steam machines will probably get even more expensive next year, and that's the reality. So again, I don't know if it's gonna be that crazy. If a scenario is I'm a person who doesn't have a PS5, I want to buy a console in 2028. I don't know why the fuck would you buy PS5 at that point. It's fucking 8 years old, dude. You're basically just maybe get another 2 to 3 years of support, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just wasting money. Might as well get PS6, and that will last you 10 years, and there you go.
Well, what if it ends up being $1,200 and it's double the price?
Listen.
Should I just buy a PS5 for me and then a PS5 for my friend? Can I just buy both of them and solve my problem? No companion. I don't need anything. I just have 2 PS5s.
No, because you can't play Star Ocean Remake because it's only in PS6.
I'm leaving.
It's a PS6 exclusive. That's how they get you, Chris.
I hope that they subvert everything that I'm saying and that all the prices are like insane. And I have to buy a new TV and I have to spend, it's going to be $1,400 for the console. And they're going to release Star Ocean 3 at the joke price on April Fool's Day for $1,000. And I'm going to purchase it. PS6 is going to bankrupt my house. I'm going to have to take out a loan, like a personal loan, a business loan, because I will say it's for my podcast or whatever. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can expense it, right?
Right. Good old Uncle Sam.
I mean, let's be realistic. Like PS5 Pro today is $900. So let's go the dark scenario, and let's go PS6 is $1,200. PS5 Pro is $900. Which one you're buying? I'm buying PS6. That's all I'm saying. But that's probably enough for this week.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I'm
just saying it's not often that
I finish the podcast feeling a little defeated. A little defeated when you hear about the future. It doesn't. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, Paul.
If it's $300 difference, like you're an idiot.
If it's $300 difference, then obviously you go with the better console. If it's what's the how about that? What's the difference between the price difference? I would say $500. At $500, it's no longer worth it.
I would say above 500 and above is too much. Yeah.
And I have a feeling maybe dangerously close to that. Even if they scale down in 2 years, they scale down the PS5 by $100 because the PS6 is coming out and they know that they're going to have people having this exact conversation and they make it just wide enough of a window and the PS6 comes out and it's $1,100 or what, you know what I mean? $600 difference,
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, we'll keep you posted. We'll keep you posted at home. Don't take this as an indicator of anything. We're obviously spitballing ideas and doomsdaying some stuff.
Right. We're just two idiots.
Two guys who have been around for just long enough to see how some things play out and how they change. But it also is the Wild West right now. So
it really is.
It really is. All right. Well, this has been Chris and Paul. And Paul, don't forget, they should be reaching out to us at the official email, which is
grubcastpod@gmail.com.
correct. And that what else do we have to? I feel like there's more, and I already forgot. Is there any more on our tag out?
No, that's gonna do it.
Okay, so right now there's gonna be music playing while we're just kind of like I like the way I'm whispering to you. Yeah, while I'm whispering.
I'm also really close to my mic for no reason.
Yeah, I'm it's getting louder. It's whispery but very loud. Yep. All right. Well, I think it's just gonna end kind of randomly. Yep.